Welcome to Grammar Grade 9. I'm really glad you're here. This is Unit 1, Lesson 1, and we're starting where every sentence starts, with the noun. Nouns are the names we give to everything around us, and today we'll look at them through the lens of number. One or many? And what about a word that names a whole group at once? Let's dig in. Let's begin with the basics. A noun is a word that names a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. A pilot, a harbor, a telescope, a feeling like freedom. Every one of those is a noun. They're the words we build almost everything else around. Now, nouns can be sorted in several ways, and today we sort them by number. That simply means, is the noun naming one or more than one? Here are the two words to know. A singular noun names just one person, one place, one thing. A plural noun names more than one. Look at this pair. One lantern, but 3 lanterns. The idea is the same, only the number changed. And notice how we made the plural. We simply added the letter S to the end. That's the most common way of all. Most nouns become plural just by adding an S. But adding a plain S doesn't always work. Sometimes it won't even fit in your mouth. So we have a couple of spelling rules. First, when a word ends in CH, SH, S, X, or Z, we add ES instead of just S. Think about bench becoming benches, or buzz becoming buzzes. You can actually hear that extra syllable. Second, when a word ends in a consonant followed by Y, we change the Y to an I and then add ES. City becomes cities. Melody becomes melodies. A good trick is to say the plural out loud. Your ear will usually tell you when the extra ES belongs. Then there's a small group that ignores the rules entirely, the irregular plurals. Child doesn't become childs, it becomes children. Foot becomes feet, and mouse becomes mice. And a handful of nouns don't change at all. 1 sheep or 10 sheep, 1 deer or a whole herd of deer, 1 series or several series. The word stays exactly the same. There's no rule to apply to these. They're just words you come to know by seeing them again and again. Now for the most interesting kind of all, the collective noun. A collective noun names a whole group with a single word. Team, jury, flock, committee, crowd. Each of those is just one word, yet it holds many members inside it. And that double nature is exactly what makes collective nouns special. When you use one, you have to ask yourself a question. In this sentence, is the group acting as one single unit or as many separate individuals? Let me show you what that looks like. Sentence 1. The jury agrees on a verdict. Here, the jury is moving together, thinking as a single body. So we treat it as singular and use the verb agrees. Now, sentence 2. The jury disagree about the evidence. This time, the members are pulling in different directions, acting as many separate people. So we treat it as plural and use disagree. Same collective noun, 2 different verbs. And the verb you choose tells your reader whether you mean the group as one or the members as many. Let's boil it down to a quick check you can run on any noun. Step 1. Is it naming one or more than one? That tells you singular or plural and reminds you to use the right spelling rule. Step 2. Does the noun name a group? If it does, it's collective. And then you ask that final question. Is the group acting as one or as many? Answer those, and you've got the whole lesson in your hands. Ready to try a few together? In this first set, I'll show you a noun, and you decide. Is it singular, naming one, or plural, naming more than one? Pause the video and try each on your own before I reveal the answer. The word is geese. Is that one or more than one? Geese is the irregular plural of goose. It names more than one bird. So the answer is plural. The word is canvas. It ends in an S sound, which can be tricky, but this is naming just one canvas. Its plural would be canvases, with an ES on the end. As written, though, it's singular. The word is territories. The singular is territory, ending in a consonant plus Y. To make it plural, we changed the Y to an I and added ES. So territories names more than one. The answer is plural. Now each sentence uses a collective noun. Read how the group is behaving and decide. Is it acting as one single unit or as many separate individuals? Pause and try each before I answer. The flock rises together and turns south. Notice the word together. Every bird is doing the same thing at the same moment, moving as a single body. So here the flock is acting as one unit. The answer is one unit, singular. The committee sign their names one by one. Here, the phrase one by one tells you each member is acting separately, taking a turn as an individual. So the committee is behaving as many. The answer is many individuals, plural. The orchestra performs the symphony beautifully. Every musician is blending into a single performance. The orchestra is acting together as one. So the answer here is one unit, singular. Let's gather up what we learned. A singular noun names one, and a plural names more than one. And you now know the spelling rules for adding S, adding ES, and changing Y to I. A few plurals break the pattern, like child and children, and a few never change at all, like sheep and deer. And the collective noun names a whole group. Treat it as singular when it acts as one unit, and plural when its members act as many. That's a strong start. In our next lesson, we'll sort nouns another way, proper versus common, and concrete versus abstract. I'll see you there.